episode 340. Welcome back to all my quest for you listeners. How was your Thanksgiving? Is today a big cleanup day for you? I spent Thanksgiving with a few people from my meetup group, and I will share more details with you later. But I had some quiet time the last couple of days, especially with the rain that finally started on Wednesday and that cleared the air that was so smoky for over a week here in Northern California. And during this time, most of which I spent alone, I remembered my weekend prior, and I want to share a moment from that weekend with you that has stayed with me, probably for various reasons. I spent last weekend in Yosemite, climbing. It was probably my last time in one of the most beautiful national parks before winter will make the climbing too cold. The views were breathtaking, as they always are, the climbing challenging and exhausting, as it usually is. But something else really stayed with me from this trip. And those were the meals I shared with my fellow climbers that weekend. Maybe because it's Thanksgiving week and food is on everyone's mind. But I've also been thinking all week about the people in my life. In this week's episode on combating ennui, I shared with you how the right people can bring challenge and excitement back into our life. Trainers can help us reach goals. Mentors can help us grow and learn new skills. Good friends will hold us accountable to our personal objectives and support us along the way. Other humans can enrich our life if we allow them. And I've added quite a few new people into my life this year that do exactly that. Maybe your Thanksgiving was spent with some of those wonderful people. And maybe, as the year draws to an end, you think about which of your resolutions you didn't accomplish. And maybe next year you want to consider some help from a special person. Someone that will get you to that next level and help you achieve that goal that maybe has been on your resolution list now year after year. Holidays are all about people and food. Food unites us with others. A shared meal is often the reason we get together. Whether it's a major holiday or a special occasion, people convene over food in all parts of the world. Something so simple yet so essential not only nourishes our body but also our soul. When we want to relax and enjoy time together, we usually do it around food. Some people wait months for a table at a coveted restaurant. Others fly around the world to eat at a unique and one-of-a-kind place, for example to Copenhagen, to dine at Noma. If you've never heard of Noma, I encourage you to read about it. It's quite an unusual concept, and I read about it in an article the other day. Oftentimes, we spend significant amounts of money on meals in hopes to create a unique experience that we will remember for a long time. My weekend was about people and food as well. When you climb mountains, you have to eat well. We often have a pretty substantial breakfast early in the morning, and then a good dinner afterwards. On the mountain, we usually just have a few snacks. This weekend, my meals were memorable, not because they were expensive or extravagant. The food wasn't special. We didn't stop at the majestic Yosemite dining room to treat ourselves to an expensive meal. The occasion was not anything significant, just another weekend. And the people that ate together were regular people, Janine and 3 of her climbing buddies. But there was something else that made it special, and that was a shared passion. Climbing united us. The desire to conquer a mountain, to sweat and suffer and learn together, to accomplish something worthwhile. And this purpose was more compelling than the food we shared. Where and what we ate was insignificant. What mattered was to share time together, to reflect on the day, and to nourish our tired bodies. Pretty basic. All the indulgences we so often add in order to make a meal special were stripped away. Saturday evening, after a long day of climbing, we parked right outside the park. We got our camping equipment out, opened some cans, lit a couple of flames on the hood of the car, rummaged around in the cooler for anything that looked edible, and within few minutes, we all sat in the back of our cars and chowed on some simple meals while looking over the maps of the climbs we were planning on for Sunday. There is a strange satisfaction I feel in my body and my mind after a long day. Whether I climbed, swam, or worked on something intensely, it feels good to have completed something useful. And a simple meal after such a day tastes amazing. On Sunday morning, we woke up to 28 degrees. We drove early to our climbing site, as we had planned a long climb that day and wanted to get started early. We prepared our tea and oatmeal and eggs on top of bear boxes while shivering. There was nothing special about our meals together. They were not comfortable nor particularly delicious. Trader Joe's supplied most of the ingredients. But they were simple. They served one single purpose: to help us achieve a goal. And it was that simplicity that made them memorable for me. Shared in nature. So raw almost. Seated in the trunk of the car or standing in the freezing cold out in the woods. Nothing special, but yet so special. We get so caught up, especially over the holidays. What to prepare, how to decorate, who should sit next to whom, what topics to talk about, how will everyone get along, who should we invite, and so on. When all we really need to think about is why. Why are we sitting here together sharing a meal? What brings us together? A special time. A time to honor and be grateful for what we have. And to be together with people we love. Why not make that the emphasis of our holidays? A shared purpose. A common reason. A united mission. Time together over a nourishing meal. Fostering friendship, family, and togetherness. It doesn't have to be complicated, my friends. That's what I realized this weekend. So often we force uniqueness by choosing extravagance. If we strip away all the little outer details, what remains is simplicity. And that then allows us to focus on what really matters. Everything else is just disguise. With that, my friends, I want to end this week where we cover topics that can help you refocus again on those simpler aspects in life. And, most importantly, be grateful for what you have. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, and in the spirit with Yosemite and nature, I'm leaving you with a beautiful quote by the father of national parks, a naturalist, author, and environmental philosopher, John Muir. When we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything else in the universe. Everything connects. So let it connect to your shared purpose. Much love, my friends.